In this lesson, we're going to look at the impact of business and social responsibility, also known as CSR. So why are businesses good? Businesses are good because they meet the needs and wants of consumers who want to purchase products and services. They generate wealth for people that own them. They create jobs for people to be employed, make money so that they can have a living. And businesses innovate products and services to make lives easier. On the other hand, businesses can be bad. People see businesses as bad because they create pollution through their production of products and sometimes services. Sometimes businesses use sweatshops and child labor, which is a human abuse. Businesses can be fraudulent and dishonest to people, making their lives harder or even causing pain and death. And businesses create consumerism, and that's putting people into debt or having a false sense of what matters in life when all people care about are purchasing items and services for status and other reasons we talked about in lesson number 1. Whether a business is actually good or bad, depending on how it conducts itself, there are many people that are affected by the actions of a business. Those are owners and shareholders of the business, employees of the business, customers of the products and services, the buyers and suppliers, and the community. We're going to be looking at the local community, the national community, that's throughout the country that it's in, and the international community, which is worldwide, throughout this whole lesson. So deciding if a company business is good or bad, that's where it's corporate social responsibility, or CSR, comes in. So that is what this lesson is all about. Corporate social responsibility means ensuring all business practices are ethical to employees, consumers, and the environment. The environment includes the physical environment and the community of people that the business serves. We will be looking at all three of these in depth. So the easy way to explain CSR is basically businesses doing good things. So that includes donating goods and services or money to charities, sponsoring public service ads, ensuring products and processes don't harm the environment. Those are just a few simple ones. And really, CSR is not doing bad things. So that is creating unsafe work conditions and fair wages for our employees, and not having transparency and accountability to consumers and stakeholders. Those are just two of the things that companies can do that is not displaying CSR. We're going to talk more about that next. So before we talk a little bit more in depth about CSR, we want to know, why do businesses do it, or why do they care about it? Well, generally owners feel strongly about CSR because good publicity is good for business. More people that see the company doing good things, they'll purchase more of their products and services, or at least choose to purchase them at that company. Tax deductions are given for having responsible practices. So the government rewards these businesses for being responsible. And really, deep down, it's the right thing to do. On the flip side, some companies think that CSR is bad for business. I don't agree with this, but some companies believe that improving the community should be a responsibility of the government and not the local businesses. That CSR initiative can decrease profits to owners and shareholders because a lot of this money, if it's given away to charity or used for these events, doesn't go in the pockets of the owners. And CSR can make businesses less competitive. So if they're spending more time helping the community or making their processes more responsible, they may be losing out on profits, and it may be more expensive, again making them less competitive in the global market. For CSR, we'll be looking at three types of initiatives. An initiative is a project or an action of a community. It can be small or it could be massive. There are three types we'll be looking at. One is community, number 2 is environmental initiatives, and number 3 are employee initiatives. The first type of initiatives we'll look at are community initiatives. These are projects that impact the community that a business operates in. In each one of these, we'll be talking about the scope. The scope can be local, which it means it impacts the town or city, province or statewide, it impacts the province or the state of the business, national, it impacts the country where the business resides, and international, which means it actually impacts the entire world. An example would be Staples puts on a bake sale to raise money for a homeless shelter in a town. This scope is local as the initiative of the bake sale directly affects and gives money to the local homeless shelter in the town that it operates in. The next set we'll look at is the environmental initiatives. These projects directly impact the environment. The scope can be as little as local to as large as international. For example, a company switches their entire power source of their factory to solar powered. This can impact on an international scale. That's lowering the emissions of all of the pollution going into the air, which would, in turn, affect the international community. As well, the small local scope of an environmental initiatives could be as simple as planting trees out back of where a business resides. The third type of initiative are employee initiatives. These projects impact the quality of work and life for the employees of a business. So, these initiatives are always towards improving the life of an employee. This can include pay, benefits, health and wellness programs, and education and training opportunities. That means equal pay, or even better than equal pay, benefits that actually cover what a person would need in their life, health and wellness programs like yoga or daily walks, and education and training opportunities such as scholarships for their employees. So now we're going to look at some examples here of companies doing CSR. Avon is a lifestyle brand for women. They do the breast cancer walk, which they hold on Avon Breast Cancer Walk of 39 miles over 2 days. They've been raising money for over a decade for this crusade. The scope is national, so it's throughout the U.S., and the initiative is the community. So basically what they're trying to do is raise money to help the local community and the larger community battle breast cancer. The next one we'll look at is Microsoft. So Microsoft is one of the biggest businesses that has ever made personal computers. So Microsoft offers education, which is they offer resource for teachers and students, including lesson plans and professional training for free as a part of their business. So the scope is international. Anyone in the world can partake in these free resources, and the initiative is community. And that's to help the community, whether it's local or international teachers and students, do their jobs a little bit easier so everyone can benefit from better education. The next one we'll look at is The Body Shop. So that's a product lifestyle company for men and women. And for the past few decades, they've been sort of promoting that they don't test products on animals. This has been a long-standing fight for this company, which they're very passionate about. The scope is national. It's in the US and in Canada countrywide. And basically, it's an environmental initiative because that means they're not harming and killing animals uselessly, taking them from their environments, and then dumping their polluted bodies back into the environment. So there's a few more here. I'm going to let you kind of read them and go through them on your own. So take a look at these different initiatives and jot anything down that might help you. You've got an assignment where you have to do something very similar to report on these. So take a look and make sure if you have any questions, you let me know. And you've reached the end of this lesson presentation, so please move on to the next part of this lesson.